We've got an important charity bike ride to tell you about, and we've got some great riders here to share that information with. In fact, one of them is just wheeling in right now. He has got to dismount, which is always the hard part. There you go. Make your bike at home. Frank Arentowicz and Bruce Lederman. And Bruce, now you went to Penn.
Yes,
Frank, as he mounts up, went to Bucknell. What are the two of you doing? And not just the two of you.
We're trying to ride across country to raise funds for Penn and Bucknell, respectively, for underprivileged kids to attend those schools.
Well, that is a laudable thing to be doing. And Frank, let's talk about the mechanics of the bike ride. Not too out of breath riding in our studio. Okay, we're here in Los Angeles. You are riding from where to where?
We're going from Santa Monica, California, to Atlantic City, New Jersey. 3,050 miles in 19 days. We'll cross 13 states, and we'll do 103,000 feet of elevation.
Wow. That's a formidable thing for anybody to do. And all of us are on the plus side of 30. You guys maybe a little bit more than me. How old are the riders?
Well, I'm trying to squeeze this ride in before I'm eligible for Medicare, which is in about 3 months.
Okay.
And I'm going to be 60 years old during the ride, and I decided to do this during September so that I could have this gift be for the youth of America to be able to go to schools such as Bucknell and Penn. And also, Sam, we have one rider named Dr. Walter McConnell. He's going to be 76 in October. And he also, at age 58, went to 27,000 feet on Mount Everest.
Wow. So all of you are accomplished athletically, and we're going to talk about the reasons behind this in just a second. But in terms of the actual physical endeavor, you've all done big rides before, but a ride of this magnitude, how hard is it going to be?
We're going to be riding a minimum of 3 to 4 hours a day each. Over time, day after day, that wears on you. So the smallest thing, like a little bottle rubbing against your leg, you'll have a black and blue leg by the end of the day, and then you do it again and again and again.
Wow. Are you afraid?
No, we're excited.
All right. Well, good for you. There are primary goals here. You're hoping to raise a lot of money for both of these schools. What are we hoping to get?
$1 million for both universities.
Wow. And to people looking at this right now, it's important to you for a variety of reasons, and there are personal reasons for you both. Why is it personal to you? I mean, it's a very personal endeavor, obviously.
Yeah. Well, on my side, I had a scholarship to Bucknell 44 years ago, and this is my way as a birthday present on my 60th birthday to give back to Bucknell so that youth of America in the future have the same opportunities that I had to go to a school such as Bucknell.
Now, you were also a scholarship recipient.
I was lucky enough to have a scholarship at Penn, but also a business partner of mine for 30 years who also went to Penn and taught me a lot about charitable giving, died suddenly last year.
Ed Zola is his name.
Ed Zola.
Let's talk about Ed a little bit. He would have loved this, wouldn't he?
He would have loved it. He started a number of charities in Los Angeles, has raised millions of dollars for all kinds of charities, primarily focused on children and education, and he would have loved to have done this with us, except he would have made us go faster and faster.
Now, you guys are both competitive and friendly. We want to raise a lot of money for both schools. What are the competitive elements of this?
Well, the competitive elements are that Bruce and I and Ed had ridden 25,000 miles over the last 12 years in the Santa Monica Mountains. We get up at 5 o'clock in the morning every Saturday. We've done this every Saturday, and we bike 50 miles. And what happens on the ride, and this was true with Bruce and with Ed, is that there's always a race on the 13 hills on the ride who can make to be first to the top of each hill. So we're afraid that we're going to have some of that, but we're going to have a lot more hills to climb in 3,050 miles.
Are the most formidable hills the Continental Divide? Is that in Colorado?
Well, what's interesting on our route, the highest we'll ride is 11,000 feet east of Durango in Colorado. But when we get to West Virginia, we actually cover more climbing feet in the state of West Virginia than we do in the state of Colorado.
See, you know, I don't know if a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. You know, to know what you guys are facing, and obviously you've researched the ride a lot. There's also your birthday party is going to go on in West Virginia.
In West Virginia, and I would say to the viewers, we're going to be at Tigard State National Park in Grafton, West Virginia. So any of the alumni out there from either Penn or Bucknell who want to join us for my birthday party on September 24th, they're welcome to come.
Let's talk about these schools a little bit, both Penn and Bucknell. They're certainly well known. Why is Penn such a great institution? I mean, you're obviously doing this. It's a great thing for people who want to go there, and you want to help people go there. Why there? Why is Penn so good?
It's as good as any school around. I guess the combination of the teachers, the curriculum, everything that makes a great school great.
But what about Bucknell?
Well, Bucknell is in a small town of Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, in the center of Pennsylvania. And it's a co-ed school that's been in existence for 162 years. And it's been co-ed for most of that time. And for my perspective, the opportunities that I've had in life, I give full credit to the professors at Bucknell and the coaches that I had on both the football and baseball field that taught me how to be competitive in the world.
Wow. It just sounds like such a laudable and wonderful, wonderful thing to be doing. If people want to ride along with you, not necessarily on the bicycles 3,000 miles, but they can do it financially, how can they participate in the ride?
Well, how they can participate is they can go to our website. It's called www.alumnibikerace.com, and they can push a button either for Bucknell University or Penn or both and give right online to our cause.
Wow. It's such a, what have your friends and family reaction been when you sort of came up with this whole idea?
They say, give the money and stay home.
Well, you're not going to do that.
They're not going to do that.
You're in fact going to, and what other thoughts do you have that you want to share about this?
Well, I would just say that if I had one request for viewers today would be that they consider giving generously to the youth of America and to give them the opportunity so that families of economic means of all measure and all different ethnicity can go to either Penn or Bucknell.
So one thing which, I mean, I think obviously a wonderful higher education is the greatest gift you can bestow on anybody. And what I think is neat amongst the things that you're doing is these scholarships really are wide open essentially to anybody, right?
Right, that's right. Yeah, and the other point I'd say is that in the world, less than 1% of the world's population has a college education. So I think in moving forward to try to have more people educated in the world with higher education is a very laudable goal for both institutions.
19 days after you set out, when you end up at Atlantic City, I mean, do you think in your own mind of like a finishing line? Do you think, is it an enormous beer, an enormous Gatorade? How do we celebrate when it's all done?
Probably sleep, Sam.
Bruce is going on to the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia, and Dr. McConnell and myself are heading on to Bucknell and Lewisburg to celebrate. And we'll be biking into the football stadium on the 29th of September in the Bucknell football game versus Marist. And so if any Bucknell viewers out there that want to come to the football game, they'll get to see us bike into the stadium.
Wow, wow. Well, congratulations to you both. That's terrific. Good for you both.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.